Welcome to the MSc Module Hygienic Design of Food Manufacturing. Your personal web page should give you all required for your study. If you find it does not, please email lellis@cardiffmet.ac.uk. Your web page should allow you to download the module content, allowing any additional resources you may require on your way. We have developed an outline of this programme for you indicating approximate timeframes. This module is designed to take between 3 to 6 months to complete from start, and no longer than 9 months in total. Although there is no set time frame per module, if you are completing this towards your master's qualification, there is a 5-year time frame from start of first module to final completion. This module has been designed to prepare students with the various stages and technical principles involved in the planning and development of the building of a food premises. The principles of hygienic and effluent design will be discussed in course assignments will focus on applied case studies, bringing value to industrial partners. There is a global trend in the food industry towards minimal food processing and preservation. Consumer demand for fresh, like additive-free foods that maintain their nutritional and sensorial properties during preparation, conservation, packaging and storage and final consumption is on the rise. But the general tendency to apply mild processing and conservation techniques to achieve that purpose often shortens the shelf life of food, may put food at risk and may compromise consumer health. Therefore, more than ever, good hygienic design, engineering and design best practice is one of the tools to reduce or exclude microbial, for example pathogens, chemical, for example lubricating fluids, cleaning chemicals, physical, for example glass or wood, or allergenic, for example peanuts, contamination from food. Proper hygienic design may also eliminate products being held up within the processing equipment where it could easily deteriorate and affect product quality on rejoining the main product flow. As such, good hygienic design may prevent that one batch cross-contaminates a subsequent batch. Good hygienic design also reduces the downtime required for an item of process equipment to be cleaned, while at the same time allowing to increase the time to produce. Therefore, although initially more expensive than similarly performed poorly designed equipment, hygienically designed equipment will be more cost-effective in the long term. There will be 8 sessions in total covering the following topics: effective and safe design, determining the process flow, looking at raw materials and processing requirements and their impact on the design of food premises, the impact of personnel and service requirements, equipment design and layout, defining the physical structures required to accommodate the product ranges and basic principles of flow management, some roles and responsibilities in the construction process, and finally the commissioning and signing off of a new build. The PowerPoint presentations are designed to be fairly basic, yet enough to instigate background reading within the correct areas. At MSc level, you must conduct extensive background reading which will help build up a patchwork assessments for this module. At the end of the module, you should have 8 sections of the patchwork assessment in total. These will be marked as you progress throughout the module and will be the final grade for this module once complete. There is a wide range of publications available covering the hygienic design of a food manufacturing site, layout, design and equipment. As an MSc student, you are required to conduct your own extensive background reading on this subject. However, shown here are some publications that are very good and will give you a firm background understanding of this topic. Please read all or a selection of these before or during the early stages of these sessions, and ensure you conduct your own research on this subject. So the publications that I've shown here are the British Retail Consortium, the Global Standard for Food Safety, Issue 6, CCFRA, which is Camden's Technical Manual, number 42, HACCP, a practical guide. You also have Camden's CCFRA Technical Manual, number 39, which covers hygienic design. There's D. Engel and D. MacDonald have produced a book called Managing Food Safety. the latest version being 2nd edition, which came out in 2007. You also have this Industry Guidelines to Good Hygienic Practice by the CIEH for retail and catering guides. S. Mortimer and C. Wallace have introduced HACCP, a practical approach. Now this is on the 3rd edition, which came out in 2013 and is a very good book looking at HACCP and the practical applications of such. The last book on the list here, which is by R. Springer, is Food Hygiene Management. We're currently on to the 16th edition of this, which came out in 2012. This is an excellent book and covers a wide range of prerequisites that you should have in place, along with hygienic design and factory layout. Please be aware that all food equipment intended to be sold in European countries and the design of their operations within European food factories must comply with the following regulations. It is important to familiarise yourself with some of these, as you may need to refer to them within your current or another employment position. The first on the list, the hygienic design of food machinery, contains some very good information that can be used for you or your company if you're looking to modify or improve existing equipment on site. So the list shown here is over 2 pages. So you have here the hygienic design of food machinery, so it's the Supply of Machinery Safety Regulations 2008 and the Machinery Directives from 2006 and 1998. You also have the Guidelines to Application of the Machinery Directive 2006, which is published by the Industry and Enterprise Department of the European Commission. There's also the materials and articles intended to come in contact with Food Directive and food regulations. So this has looked at the types of machinery materials that will come in contact with food products. There is also the Council of European Guidelines on metals and alloys used within food contact materials. And the last one shown here is the Plastics and Materials in Contact with Food Regulations Directive 2002 16 EC and 2002 72 EC. Continuing on is the PREN 1672 Part 1 and Part 2 standards. These are the European CEN C standards for food machinery safety. You also have regulations number 852/2004 and directives 93/43 EEC, which are linked to food hygiene. There's also the EU Commission, which is the Scientific Committee on Veterinary Measures relating to public health, so it's the cleaning and disinfections of knives in the meat and poultry industry. There's also several EN food machinery specific standards applicable to specific food products and equipment. For example, mixers, cooking, cutters, developed by CEN TC153. And then the last one here, you've got 42 European Hygiene, Engineering and Design Group Guidelines. Now, the European Hygienic Design Group is a consortium of equipment manufacturers, food industries, research institutes, as well as public health authorities, with the aim to promote hygiene during the processing and packaging of food products. So please take the time to visit their website, which is www.ehedg.org, and familiarise yourself with what they have. There is a free document section, however the majority of information presented here does have a fee. We are not endorsing or stating that you have to purchase any of the guidelines on here, as they are simply guidelines. However, if you are struggling in your factory with any aspects of hygienic design, this is always a very good option because they are closely linked to what the regulations and legislation does state. So I hope you enjoyed this module, and if you have any feedback, please contact either myself via the listed email address or the program leader, Leanne Ellis. Thank you.